I'm Claira Hermit, and this is another episode of the Help Yourself podcast. Joining me on today's episode is a man who creates content, he makes music, he goes out and does stuff with the public.
Yep,
I'm trying to think how to put it into a better term, but he definitely does stuff with the public.
Yeah.
He's got 95,000 followers on Instagram, he's got 45,000 on YouTube. His name is LV General.
Oh, you lasted longer than me.
I did.
Thank you.
I don't think you put in your full effort there.
No, I didn't. So I went halfway on it.
Yeah.
But still, you got better than me.
I liked it, but you didn't take a deep enough breath to start
I didn't.
off with.
I was took too long.
You were like,
And I was like, I can't even go again.
So it's so good to have you here.
Oh, thanks for having me.
I love your videos and they make me
Thank
really
you.
happy. And just because I know that I know
You know
who
crazy.
you are. I know you're crazy. But this podcast is, I guess it was like one of the reasons that I wanted to do it is that I see there's so many like talented people.
Of course, yeah.
And for me, I guess like I've tried to like heal myself. There's different things that have happened in my life,
Right.
and I've also tried to create this career for myself.
Right.
But at the same time, I look at other people and see them like that build this thing from nothing,
Yeah.
and turn something into like this amazing vehicle. And I guess basically I just want to study those people, so I'm here to study you. So I'm just going to get my notepad out and my pen and just start asking you loads of mad questions. But that's what
cool.
it's about, because
Yeah.
I think learning from your experiences and knowing how you've managed to create those things
Yeah.
can help me, but it can also help other people.
Yeah, of course.
Hence the Help Yourself podcast.
Yeah.
Because they can take your lessons, apply them to their lives.
Exactly.
And then boom!
There you go.
The magic
You're
formula.
up there again. Bup, 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 bup. Yeah. That's my new term.
I know, I'm just going to laugh so much in this. But you know what? Like, there was a few months ago we did this shoot, right?
Yeah.
And on that shoot was the first time that I heard like the story of you, because I knew there was like people might know or they might not know Young Philly, but there was Young Philly and he's like a presenter, a host, and he was doing like his questions,
Right.
and he kept saying that like he's LV basically, so you're the original, and he's like he always said it like he's like the copy of you.
Yeah.
But then it's like, well, who is this guy? And then he was like, come on, you know, like, and you started doing content with him,
Yeah, of
and now
course.
you do your own content.
Yeah.
And you're, I guess, like you're him, and then turned up a little bit. So it's kind of like this whole new level. But when we did this shoot, it was like a different kind of shoot, and I got to hear like your story
Right.
and how you ended up like making this content. And it was mad, because there was like Sideman was there, also being on the podcast, and he was talking about this as a business. Like, I created this, I knew what I was going to do, and I saw this vision, and I had this vision. But for you, it was different, right?
Yeah, it was a lot different.
So let's talk about it, because you were working as a carer, right?
Yeah, I did care work. I was a support worker at home in Greenwich.
Yeah,
And I did one before that, and I worked in Catford.
yeah,
But yeah, I was there for like 4 years, 5 years, something like that. And then after that, I decided to look for something else in my career,
yeah,
which wasn't entertainment. Obviously, I went back into doing a 9 to 5
yeah.
at Foot Asylum. So I was down there. Philly used to come to the house all the time, chat to me. Bells, man, let's do this, or like bare ideas. But I was more happy for him, because I was just like, you do your thing. I've got kids. I need to look after my kids. I want to do that. Do you know what I mean? And then I just thought, you know what? Kids are growing up now. He come again to me. He always used to come around the house and say to me, bro, man, let's do something. Bare energy. So I was like, oh, I really want to do something, but I don't know. I feel bad if I leave the kids and whatnot. So I just said, you know what? It's going to be now or never. Mm-hmm. I'm at Foot Asylum working back then. I went to the office, which was all the comedy, and I met up with Javan and Percy and Decat and them lot. And then, they were warm to me. They brought me in straight away, made me feel home, and then they put me on a show called Group Chat.
Yeah.
So then that's when me and Philly was on the chair, which we're always like that in the house. So the same thing you're seeing there was exactly what we do at home anyway. So just bare banter, catching joke. Then everyone started to notice me in the shop, like, oh, you're that guy after. So I was like, okay, cool. This feels a bit good, like, to get noticed. So I was like, all right, cool, man's getting noticed a little bit. Rah, rah, rah.
And
Philly's,
you were still working at Foot
Yeah, I was still
Asylum
working at the time. So I was a Christmas temp.
Yeah.
So I was just doing my thing. And then, unfortunately, they let me go. And then I thought, all right, cool, where do I go from now? But because Group Chat was still going on, I just kept going. But then I was thinking, I ain't got no money to do all that. I need to like work out how to
pay
feed.
things.
Yeah, it's not just myself. I've got a family to feed.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I've got things to do. So then, I carried on doing the group chat thing. And then all of a sudden, Foot Asylum came in. It was just like, we want you, Chunks, and Philly to go do this. But before, I missed out. Before I did that, I did a YouTube thing with Chunks and Philly at my house. And that's when I let everyone kind of see me in my element.
Prime.
Yeah, because that was me, innit? Like, they saw me now. Like, they're like, there he is. That's how he goes on with them. Then that means he's one of them. Yeah. And the way they brought me on, like, another legend in the game, LVJ. I was like, I'm legend. Like... Why have you said that for? Like, blood, I ain't done this before. Why am I a legend now all of a sudden? So I've had to just step in and do my thing. So I've just gone in. He said, just chill, be yourself. Do you know what I mean? Before I started. So I said, like, bro, I'm nervous. I'm sweating. No one knows me. Like I said, brother, they're going to love you, bruv. Trust me. I'm telling you. If they love me, they love good. Definitely going to love you. So I went in. Before you know it, boom, my phone was just going off. Boom, 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 boom. I'm like, wait there, what's going on? Everyone started following me. I was going past people I was looking up to at the time, like, I want to be like you. I'm coming to the office telling everyone I want to be like him. And now I've passed him. He's like, I don't know how you've gone past me. So I'm like, bro, I don't know what's going on then. Next minute, I'm just put me on his channel and just said, like, this guy's funny. You really need to look into this. And then everyone started following me. Then after a while, I was doing some stuff with Foot Asylum came up. And then that's when we all went to some show. And then we started doing some shows for Foot Asylum, which was wonderful. I loved it. And then like the following year, they said to me that they wanted to take me away on a holiday to do a living in the life of myself.
It's like a travel. It was like a travel guide.
And I'm trying out different type of countries.
I'm laughing because I've watched it.
It was crazy. Yeah. Obviously, the Turkish one you're probably laughing about. The way you looked at me was like, I remember. The way they was dragging up my face and slapping me. Yeah. I don't even know if that is how it's meant to be done, but someone said to me...
The Turkish barbers.
I don't even... the bath. Oh, God. That was something else. I'm all telling him, the ladies, you bring the ladies for me, my friend. He said, this way. Gone round there, next minute, it says on the door, no men.
Yeah.
I said, what do you mean no men? This is where we was meant to... The deal was to massage by ladies. No, this way, my friend. Went in there, all of a sudden, all these men come out. I was like, what is going on? I was confused. And they didn't tell me, they tricked me. So I was just like, you know what, cool, went with it. But had a fun time, though. And then after that, where did we go after that? Because I went Romania, I went Turkey.
Did Morocco?
And I went Morocco, yeah. And then we went Morocco as well last. And that was fun. The camels, went on the desert. Everything's been like, it's just been a mad journey so far. And I've obviously still got more to go. But it's all happened sudden. Do you know what I mean? And I did say to myself, like, time ago when I was chilling with Philly, I said, bro, if I was ever to do something, like, it would be in this type of lane to do it. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like my character is that. I'm just energy and vibes, bubbly. I like to make jokes, I like to have a laugh. Do you know what I mean? So...
But it's mad how you worked at Foot Asylum doing retail, and then Foot Asylum are using you as an influencer and paying you money to travel. Do you know what I mean? And to do all of these shows. Like the tables have like completely flipped.
Yeah, it didn't make sense to me at the time. I was trying to take it in still, but then like as the years gone on now, I feel like I've embraced it now, and I understand that this is my role. Yeah, like, I'm supposed to be this guy. Then
isn't that mad though? If when they let you go after being a Christmas temp, if that hadn't happened, would you still have carried on? Would you still have been there, maybe doing like the wall a little bit, but you'd have done the two at the same time?
I would have tried to, but there was times I couldn't go to the wall and do something because I work. Yeah. So there was things holding me back, and I wasn't going as much as I could have. Yeah. But they were good with me. They kept time for us. Because Philly would say, like, bro, I need Els on the chair.
Yeah, he's got to be there.
So we've got to wait for Els sort of thing. So,
and then when that time happened, then when it's like, right, okay, the job's gone. Like, I don't have the job. I know, like, I'm enjoying doing this, but it's not making any money.
No.
So what was your mindset at that time? Because for a lot of people, but when that happens, like when it's like the money's not coming in, like they're anxious, they're worried.
Of course, I went through all of that. I was actually stressing out.
Yeah.
At the time when I was living at home with my missus and that, I was just like, do you know what, this is too much.
Yeah.
And then obviously it would cause problems at home and things like that. So it was very hard. I was stressing out. I was probably going through a lot of things when I was thinking too much, and I was wondering why this has kept happening, like where I'm somewhere and then I can't settle in because something will come up or they don't want you, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I kept getting pushed back, but I always had hope, and I always told myself that no, I'm gonna do something in my life. Yeah. Whether it happens now or later, it's gonna happen sometime. And then all of a sudden, I've just carried on pushing myself with the wall. I kept putting myself in things where things can happen. I went to the chit chat.
Yeah.
I heard a few things there, like, and I just kind of said, you know, I need to focus on myself. Oh yeah, and big up Vashti. She helped me a lot as well. She was she used to say to me, "What do you?" Like, she's like my sister.
Yeah.
The way she would talk to me is how, like, family. Like, she won't give me. She was giving me the arm over the shoulder, but at the same time, let me know, fix up, because I know that what you're capable of.
Yeah.
Everyone here knows what you can do, so you need to believe in it.
Did that help? Because you're talking about, like, Philly used to come around and be around you all the time. You're saying, bro, we can do this. And as much as you love him and he's your friend, it seems like it was still kind of a little bit like, yeah, that's you, but it might not be for me. And it's obviously it's a big risk.
Yeah.
But then when you're around like Javan, you're around Percy, and these are people who are like super successful actors. They've got a production company. They've built the wall.
It's the energy you keep around you.
But you're around them and they're telling you, and Vashti as well, like Vashti, she knows and saying to you, this is what
talented.
we see in you.
Yeah, like,
so that reassurance, I guess.
And obviously the fans and the comments and stuff like that, they were all, when they kept coming to the shop, they were like, "How are you here? Why are you working?" And I'm thinking, this is my job. I got to get money. I have to make money, bro. But it was starting to get like to the point where I was just like, do you know what? For real, like, if there's something else is out there for me, I need to embrace that. And I'm not saying to no one, leave your job, but when you decide to come out of a system like where you feel like it's a program where I got to wake up at this time, got to go work, got to do this. These are the things you set to do with your life. You are never focused on the things what are really important to you inside. And so I removed myself from thinking about, all right, I have to do that. Let me just take time out of myself and push it hard. And somehow it just all
somehow, because you have like you've done a lot of work, and also I think it's like you like with your own videos and your own content.
Yeah, I was great. I was doing things on Instagram. Yeah, but that was just like sketches, little things off the top of my head. But it did help because people started to like recognize that, oh, he's got different characters. He can do this. He can do that. So then that did embrace them a bit more as well. But for the YouTube scene, it was very different. It was very different for me because I had to obviously try and get in different fans and spread my wings a bit more. Yeah. But that's why Foot Asylum helped me a lot.
Massively, I can imagine.
They put me on the platforms, do you know what I mean? They let everyone see.
Why did they choose? Did you have to do like an audition for them, or was it just that they'd seen you, or that you'd been put
how
forward?
It happened? I think there was a day Philly said they want to come along to a fight. They were doing a sponsor for some fight. I'm not sure if it was Anthony Yard's one. Yeah. But I went there and I didn't know any of the guys, and two of the guys were the people who run Foot Asylum. Right. Okay. So they see us over there. They never knew me, and I was just chilling with Philly, just there as his friend. But I was making up so much noise. Oh my God, knock him down. The way I was so active, they were sitting there thinking, who's this brother? Like, who's this guy here? But after they were like, who are you? Like, I want to know who you are. Like, Philly introduced, they said, yeah, this is my friend, you need to check him out. They checked me out, and then, before you know it, they put us inside. I said, rah. And he's like, bro, they loved you, but they like your energy. Like, you bring a vibe, and they've seen it. When we're together, they saw how it works, and then they started looking into more little things, and then I got the call. Where
does that energy come from? Because I can imagine that no matter whether you were working as a carer or whether you were working at Foot Asylum,
I was like that carer.
Yeah, you know? That's what I can imagine.
I'll be honest with you. It's like that. The thing is, some people would think like, how are you working in a care when we were quite young? Because that's what they were thinking. When I was first there, it was more for the older generation. Like, so they were just the adults were, and I was under their wing because I started care work when I was about, I think 22, 23. So I was just a puppy in it. Yeah. Like, do you know what I mean? So I've gone in there and I'm just learning things as I'm growing up, because where I grew up in Lewisham, it's a bit different. So I had slang, the road thing in me still, and I was thinking this is all new. But my mum was saying to me, I want you to do this, because my mum was very good at it as well. She was in it for 30 years. So she was like a manager in her side of things. Yeah. So she was kind of like trying to show me the ropes and teach me little things. And I didn't really like it at first. I was just like, nah, this ain't for me, man. I need to be in an office or something, or a shop, or doing something else. But then I realised I started to like the job, and then I picked up, I picked up a vibe where it was just fun. Like everything what I did, I worked with 5 service users, where 5 people. Yeah. They had different disabilities. Yeah. Someone had mental health, whatnot. And it was just, when you go to these clubs with them, it's like people they're just full of excitement. So it kind of warms on you. Like you kind of embrace the vibe around you. So I kind of learned a lot of things within that care, and it's kind of just followed with me. And then now it don't leave me. It's like I still run jokes and mess about how like I was back then. So I think that's just in me now. I'm constantly just in that mode. So I need to give back to them as well. I want to go back there and actually meet the people who I used to, if they're still around, obviously, in the care, if I can get to say thank you, because I feel like this was the start of something what I didn't know within me, because back then I was young and I was just more, I'm bad boy, I'm on that. I was that. I weren't really, I always had jokes. I was always funny, but I never broke out the show as much. I would reserve it. I'd only do it with people I trust and feel like
do you think you were too concerned what other people would think of you if you
that
really
was my
let
thing.
go?
People said I was funny or hilarious, but I'll never let them see it.
No. But then I guess that when you were working with those people, there was no judgment. They weren't
nothing.
judging you. And I think that they come they come very honestly.
Yes,
and,
they do.
And what's the right word? It's like it's from like it's truthful.
Yeah,
it's so
real.
Truthful.
It's so real. They don't judge you at all. Like they're
just having a good time.
They look at you as you're here to help us, and we have fun with like just getting to know people, and it becomes like more than friendship. Like you feel like you know them differently.
Yeah.
So it made me more at my show, and they were funny. They were hilarious. The lot I was working with, they were full of energy.
So you had that kind of like
relationship. So it was just ready there. It was just ready there. And
I guess you were allowed to drop that kind of like persona.
And it kind of made me go into this person now where I can just be, yes, this is it then. This is how I want to, and I loved it. I was there for 5 years. And then obviously I had to move on because I said, you know what, time's up now, man. I feel like just doing something else. Mm-hmm. And then obviously I went back into doing 9 to 5 retail.
But I reckon you were still like that there as well,
I
right?
was.
Yeah.
Everyone would tell you in the shop I was too active. They were just like, this guy needs to have his own show, sort of thing. So I was just like, no, I'm just funny now and then, sort of thing. I was like, and then then everything else just kind of fell into place.
Now you've got your own show. Well, your own shows, various different ones. Which must be pretty nuts.
Yeah, but it's good though.
How have you made that transition then? Because when you're doing a 9 to 5 job, you know what time to show up, you know what time you finish, and then at the end of the month you get paid a certain amount of money. Cool, done. But when you take a step into the world of like entertainment, you're self-employed. If you don't show up and do what you need to do and put out your content and build your profile, and make sure that you're staying relevant, then obviously you're not going to get the stuff that pays. Right. So how are you self-disciplined enough to create a system where you view what you do as work and make sure that you get it done?
It's more to do with like, if it's hunger, innit? It's like you want to stay consistent. You don't want to do something and just give up halfway in. And plus I've got people out there who actually rely on me now. Like, there's people out there who message me all the time and say, you help me with my anxiety, you help me with how I feel. You just being on the screen, it just brings me back. Like, do you know what I mean? And I feel like now I've got a purpose. It's become like where this is me now. I want to do this and embrace it more. And also, obviously, trying to make the money on this and stuff like that comes with it. But if everyone's supporting me, then I can still make money and still go out and do more things. So it's just more, it just comes down to who's there for me, and then I can give back, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? So
you feel it's kind of like I guess almost like an energy payment system, isn't it? So it's like, if you're supporting me with your energy, then I'll use my energy to give you the content.
Exactly.
So it's a bit of an exchange. What happens on days where because you're human, we're all human. Like, what happens on days where you don't feel great?
I just chill with my kids, man, and I'm with them more time anyway. But yeah, chill with my kids, and I just look. That's what keeps me going. So my kids, my friends, my family.
But you don't feel pressured, like, I need to make content today.
No.
So you know
don't
when
let it get above you. Don't let it get, because that's when you get depressed and all them other things come with it. So you kind of just try to think positive, and that's all I do. I kind of manifest stuff. I do kind of. There's a book called Secrets. That's a good idea if anyone don't know about it.
The Secret.
Yeah, check that one out, because it is deeper than what you think it is. It's not just a book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you read and take it in, then you would see that there's kind of tips in there to make you work with the universe, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But it's how you project certain things out, what comes in.
Yeah.
So you just kind of got to believe in it. But I write down
what you want.
Yeah, like I write it down, I visualize it and see it there, so I've got it, and then I know, and then I work towards my goals, and then for some reason you kind of tick them off without realizing, because a lot of things I said last year has happened already.
I read The Secret like years ago, and it was probably like the first book that I'd ever read that spoke about like the universe or manifesting. Since then I've read loads of books, but that was like the first one. And honestly, when I read that book, it made me so angry.
Yeah.
And the reason it made me angry is because like I was in a place where I was like depressed. I was like really unhappy.
Right.
My life was like really out of my control. And I read this book and it was like, if you just like basically the idea of the law of attraction is that like attracts like, right? So if you're thinking positive, happy thoughts, you'll attract more scenarios that make you happy and positive.
Right.
But I wasn't happy and positive.
No, so
and I didn't know how to be happy and positive. So it's like someone saying, oh yeah, at the top of that ladder is like £1 million and you can have it, but you can't use any of the steps and you're at the bottom. But I can't fly. So it was like, I can't go from being all the way down here
to now
to
trying to be
all
up
the
there.
way up there straight away. I can't do that. Like, how do I get there? And I found like, it intrigued me so much and made me so annoyed that I then went out and bought another book, which is called Ask and It's Given by Esther and Jerry Hicks. And in that book, it has loads of tools. So although it's still talking the same kind of like spiritual language and the universe and etc., it gives you actual physical tools and things that you can do.
Step 2, okay.
So you have like steps to it.
Right.
But I'm guessing, I don't know when you read The Secret, but I'm guessing like by the time that you read it, you'd already had a taste of kind of what's possible.
Yes.
And so then it's like, well, if this is possible, then if I actually really focus on stuff and use my energy, what else is possible?
Right. And a lot of us don't use enough of our energy anyway. We don't really channel into our, do you know what I mean? I think it's chakras or something they call it. We don't channel into those, you know what I mean? And that's what will elevate you to think outside the box. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Because some people just sit and think, oh, well, why can't I do this and why? But it's the answers are there in front of you. Literally. But
it's also what I find really interesting when I talk to people, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this podcast, because I thought if I talk to people who are like consistently successful, that there's going to be some similarities. There's going to be something, even though their way of approaching things might be so different. Might be worlds apart, but there's going to be certain things that they have and certain like qualities that they all have. And it's this, like, I think one of those things is self-belief, right? And some people are just like, no, I've always had that belief. Like I had it from the day dot, it was just there. Some people are like, this one thing happened and it made me realise that if that's possible, anything's possible. So I can't doubt anymore. Right. So there's all these different kind of ways that people discover this belief. Where does yours come from? Your belief that these things are possible?
Do you know what? It might be silly me saying this, but when I was 13, I said to myself, when I hit 30, I'm going to change my life around. I actually said those words, because what was I doing at the time? I got an old friend of mine who actually remembers me saying it as well. I was in my yard and I was I've got back up. I was sitting in my house and I think I was just sitting there and I said, blood, I swear to God, you see when I reach 30, fam, my whole life's changing. I'm telling you now. And I don't know where, I think something happened. I think something went on in my house, not sure what it was, but they were older than me, and I saw that, and I said, when I'm your age, fam, watch. Man's going to pattern different. I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to be doing this and that. So I kind of projected them things from way back in my head. So now when I reach 30 and things start happening, I kind of went back in time and told myself, I swear. My brother even said, blood, when you remember that day when you were... So I was like, oh yeah, I remember. But it weren't really... I didn't take it serious at the time when I said that. But I think when I say something sometimes, my words are very powerful. And I don't even notice it. Sometimes, like for instance, I don't know if Philly was going to fall off that ped when we went on the show. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, man's going to fall off, hurt himself. Rah, 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 rah. What did he go and do? Fell off the ped, mashed up himself. It's like every time I say certain things.
You did it.
I say certain things and I'm like, you know what? Don't say that, you know. But I've said so many things in my life that I'm starting to realise, rah, is man speaking stuff out and not
speaking stuff into existence.
I must be. So... if that's the case, then the stuff I'm doing now and what I'm trying to stick with, I'm just going to go with the flow.
But words are so powerful, right? Words are really powerful. So now are you a bit more conscious about what you say?
Yeah, of course. I feel like when I say certain things, it comes round. So I'm like, Raj, you know what? Let me just stay positive. That energy, what I'm working with, is obviously working with me. So,
but do you not have times where you don't feel positive? Does that just not happen?
Yeah, I have down times when I argue. When I'm vexed, but do
you not have like do you have, you know, that voice that you have in your head? Does it ever not say things to you like you can't do that or
no, not no more?
But it used to.
Yeah.
So how did you stop it or change it?
I think just getting into this whole entertainment side of things and starting to embrace that people like me and I'm a part of the scene like that, and they want me in, it kind of woke me up, sort of thing. It kind of made me stronger, because before I just felt like everything I do, it's like I'm there, and then it's like after the care work, I was just like, wow, why did I leave?
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing, man? Like, I just feel like man's just running around doing nothing. You get me? And then I always used to tell myself, like, I'm just gonna do what I'm doing, man. Whatever, the day will work out. But never sit down and be positive with it. So then, obviously, when I started doing things that were positive, and the people I had around me, and they were all moving good, and they had good things going on, it just kind of makes you feel like, yeah, why can't I do this? Why can't I become that? And then that's when the strength came along with it. And then before you know it, I was just in mold with this positive feeling, and I ain't felt negative since.
Amazing, which is amazing. Do you wish that you'd had that at a younger age? Like you'd had that experience at a younger age?
Yes and no.
Or do you think it was destined? Because at 13, to be saying when I'm 30, I'm going to have a different life is nuts. Because most 13-year-olds don't even know, like, 30 is like a lifetime away.
Of course, but that's when you're young, you want to be older.
Yeah.
So them days there, it was just like, look at the elders and be like, them man are going raving. My man's got money. Them man driving a car. It's all that's making you think, Raj, you know what? I want that. Mm-hmm. So when I'm 30, man's going to make money. I'm going to have peas. But it was in a way where I was saying, like, I'm going to be something. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to have peas. I'm going to be all right. But I didn't know I was going to have freaking 2 kids to deal with all these rent and all these other things with it. Do you know what I mean? So that come along with it. But then for some odd reason, what I said, it feels like it's just come back to me. Yeah. Because now I'm in the 30s and it's like...
It's happened.
It literally, from 30, it's just like, I've gone wrong.
But I also think that that's like something that people need to hear, because there's kind of like this, I guess, certainly for me, like from the age of 28, when I was doing different bits, people kept saying to me, you need to lie about your age, like lie about your age. People were constantly on at me to lie about my age. And in the end, I ended up doing it. And it made me so anxious. I hate lying. Like, I don't like to lie. But they were basically, you know, like these people who know the industry are implying that if I don't lie, then I'm never going to have a career, or my career's which is so much bollocks. Like, it's the biggest amount. So for you to sit there and be like, no, this happened to me at this age, because a lot of people are like, if you haven't started it by the time you're 18, there's no point, or by the time you're 25. Or
that don't apply to like entertainment, I wouldn't say, because there's so much entertainers out there who have passed the age of 50 and killing it. Do you know what I mean?
They didn't start doing it necessarily until they were in their 40s.
Do you know what I mean?
Or 30s.
That's what I'm trying to say. So there's not a time limit on anything. I don't think I wouldn't put a time on anything. It just depends on the person.
But if you believe it, like for me, because I believe what these people were telling me, I
lived went by you,
I'm like the whole time, and it really put a lot of pressure, of pressure on me. And then once the pressure's on you, then the way that you act and what you do and the way you behave becomes different. Yeah, it does. It's like this massive knock-on effect. Mm-hmm. So I didn't let you answer, but I asked the question if you wish things had happened at a younger. Yeah.
So I enjoyed my come up, like, from when I was little. Anyway, I had a good teenager life. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't want to change that still. But what I would change is that how I thought, like how I'd reacted to certain things when I was younger. Because obviously back then you do silly things and you regret, you know what I mean? So yeah, that would be where.
But do you also think, though, that if you hadn't have had the experiences that you've had, and you hadn't had the life that you'd had, and you hadn't have had the jobs that you've had, that you maybe wouldn't be
who I am today?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
So all of that was necessary?
Yeah, I think so. I think so to an extent, yeah. Because I wouldn't have... But then saying that, my family are like... We're all full of character.
Yeah.
It's in my family line. Like, we're all characters. So, I don't know. It might have just been passed down to me. I'm the youngest out of 7. So...
So you probably got a bit from everyone.
I think that's what my mum says to me. Like, you're just like, and she confuses me of who I am through the family. She calls me someone else's name. So I remind her of the bits and bobs of everyone. So it might just be everything in one, and it's just put on me. But yeah, I don't know. I can't even explain it. But yeah,
packaged all into this one.
Do you know what I mean?
This one bundle. Yeah. That is LV, and that people love and appreciate. So what is, now that you've like kind of left the retail and all that kind of stuff behind, you've started to make and take steps in this entertainment industry. What is your goal? Do you have like a big end goal that's like this big thing that you want to do?
Yeah, I eventually want to like open up my own brand, like, and bring other new people in, but obviously work on my kids first. Because my daughter's really into it.
Is she?
Yeah, she loves it still. loves it. She's always watching everything I put up. Even my friends I'm around, she'll watch everyone's, Philly's, Chance, all of them. So do you know what I mean?
So you're going to get her into the business?
Yeah, I'm going to definitely get her involved because I feel like she's ready now. She's 10.
Yeah.
So I feel like she's got the character. I've even done a couple of sketches with her on my Instagram. Yeah. So she knows how it goes already. It's weird how kids can just pick up things so quickly, but she's actually feels like she can fit into like a kid type of thing. So yeah, I'll work on my kids first, kind of like a Will Smith sort of thing, just get them in, and then eventually start to bring other people into the brand and start doing my own thing, and then just try and get my own show in the end, but on the TV. You know what I mean? Like that's my show, that's my thing. I want to be relevant for a very long time. Yeah. And then obviously my music, I want to be an artist. There's so much things I want to do.
You are an artist, mate. You've got a track. It's out at the moment.
I know, but
is that weird to say that? What? Is it weird that you are an artist? Because if you're making music and you're putting music out,
I was doing music before. I was doing a lot of music before all of this. That used to just keep me in my settings because the people I sang around was always into music. Yeah. So I had the grime MCs, the rappers, the singers. My mum's a singer, by the way, as well. So it was just like in the family. Everything was around me, music. So I was really into my music, but then I just never done it. And
but you were just when you were doing it before, it was just kind of like fun.
Yeah, it was just a hobby. Yeah, it was just more fun.
But now this is
now I feel like because I've got a platform, why not try and emerge what I really do as well? Like, because the entertainment world is just me. Yeah. I'm not putting on no acts. I'm not trying to be. I'm just being myself, literally. But music, it's a whole different barrier. Yeah, you've got to put the lyrics in. You've got to work on that. You've got to. Do you know what I mean? Whereas the entertainment thing is more like it's just natural. It's for
you.
Yeah.
Well, for other people, it's like they may be playing a character, or it's a bit tougher.
Or they've got to put, you know what I mean? But I think it's just, I don't know. I think it comes down to who the person is. You know what I mean? I'm quite lucky, I would say, that it's just happened for me, and I came in and it was just, you know what I mean? So.
But there's you, there's Chunks, there's Philly, and all of you are doing like your whole, I guess, like you're comedians, you do sketches, you do like the pranks on people and the like real life stuff. You've got these shows going on, and then on top of that, you're all making music as well. Yeah. And it's all different. Like it's all you've all got your own sound.
He's the Latin one, Philly that's doing that Latin sound. Chunks has got the R&B going on. Now I've just merged my bashment dancehall type of thing. Like I feel like it's, you know what it is? Everyone loves music though. That's why we just thought, you know what? We've got to do it. Someone's got to do something. Somehow. And then when we saw the Chunks put his one out, the Vibranium. Vibranium. So then when that came out, the reaction from that was probably woke up everyone. But even when Philly brought out the pilot, that was already going off already. Yeah. So I was just sitting there thinking, what am I doing there? Wait, what? I does music. Like, why am I acting like I can't do this? So I just thought, I put out a grime song a long time ago, but that was just because to show the boys in my area that, look, I told you, look, I can do grime. Mm-hmm. So that was just to prove something.
Just tick a box.
Yeah, it weren't for that I wanted to take it and embrace it and push it like that yet. So you know what I mean? So this now, the whole dancehall thing, this is more me. I like the Young Banes and all them man there, and I like that wave. You get me? Kojo Funds, all them type of
it's the right energy for you.
That's the wave I'm looking at. So if I can go into the bashment dancehall and show them that I got lyric, then maybe I can churn it on an Afro type of thing. But I don't know.
You've got plans.
I've got plans.
Anything's possible. Do you feel like that now as well? That it's like now you've done these different things that like you can do whatever you want. Because when I like look at you and Philly and Chunks, there's this certain kind of like freedom that you have in terms of like, yeah, we just want to do this now, or we just want to do this now. Like, I think if it was me, I'd be like, oh no, but what happens if people think this, or what happens if people think that?
That's what you don't do. Don't doubt yourself. Yeah. Like, don't sit there and think too much about the situation. Just go with how you know what I mean. If it feels good to you, then go with it. Like, it's all off of feelings and vibes and energies and stuff like that. So if you feel like there's gonna be like a problem if I do this and that, then it's something's telling you don't do it. But when you look at something and think, you know what, that would be great, that would be good, so then go ahead. Do you know what I mean? It's just a vibe. If you get the right vibe, then you'll know and you'll sense that this is good for me because I feel good. Do you know what I mean?
Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Just do it.
But what happens if you do something, you're like, this feels really good, this is really great, and then it doesn't do as well as you expected, or it flops? Do you care?
It happens all the time to a lot of us. Like, there's times when I've done stuff and it ain't got the reaction I wanted, but you just keep going.
On to the next one.
Yeah, because there is people there who's going to tell you that it's great. Everyone's not going to love it all the time. Do you know what I mean? They're not going to be perfect all the time. So there's going to be times when you do something, you don't get the right reaction you wanted from the thing what you put out or what you've done. You just got to keep going and stay positive, because you're still reaching your goals. Like, even if it's a small successful thing, it's still as big as do you know what I mean? Small things still mean a lot. It might not be as big as yours, that guy's got this and that, but you got one thing, you know what I mean? And cherish that. That's how it is. So when you do something good or something good happens, embrace it. Don't matter how big it is or how small, you know what I mean? Just be happy. And that's
focus on it.
That's
and
how
then
you
take the next step.
Yes, you just stay happy.
What about, because you're, you know, like when you first started, I guess like Philly already had like quite a big following. Chunks had like all of these people have got all of this stuff going on. Were you in a position where you were like comparing yourself to people and thinking, so how did you not do that? Because
I just felt like it was like I said, I done it for the fact that he brought me there. Like, I just thought, you lot can see something in me. Like, everyone was telling me, bro, you're, and I'm just like, okay, thank you. But it weren't really sitting in my mind like that. I never got big headed and thought, right, you're the guy. I just used to just sit there and think, like, wow, what are they seeing in me? Like, what is it what everyone keeps going on about? Like, I'm confused. I don't know whether is it like, what am I a clown or am I this, or I didn't know where I was, but I just knew they liked me. So I was just like, all right, cool, let me just see how it goes and to see if I can actually make something out of it. And then it just all came to me, and then I just realised, like, Raj, you know what, now people do like, man, like, I'm watching comments, I'm reading them, and you shouldn't really read comments.
No,
because sometimes you might read it and it might affect you, it might not, do you know what I mean? But the ones what I was reading were actually boosting me. So I started to realise, nah, do you know what, yeah, man, I'm going to one day be big like them. If I just keep pushing, I'll be one of them. And then when I went past certain people, I was like, rah,
got more than them.
I actually got more than this one now.
That's nuts.
Do you know what? But then I didn't say anything. I never boast about anything. I just kept it on a like a simmer thing. Like, I said, nah, it can't be happening. Who, me? Like, I was in shock last year, and only now I'm just starting to embrace that, Raj, you know what? I'm actually doing good things now, like, and starting to realise, you know what, man? That's how it is then. It must mean that this is me.
Because it's happened relatively quickly, hasn't it?
Yeah, and it's just where it's all happened rapidly, I'm just like, this what's going on
Sometimes
there?
you just look back at the last year and think, oh my God.
Because people say, oh, you're famous, oh, you're dead. And I'm like, bro, this happened last year, fam. I haven't put in bare work like them, man. I've still got about 4 or 5 years to catch up with them. But it's just mad how people just see me and think that I've made it. But I'm like, bro, last year I was in the shop. I was working, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, but it's just, That's why I always say to everyone, I find it, I always say it's luck, but everyone says, no, it ain't. You meant to do this, bro.
It's
like,
not luck.
I always say it's luck, because I think, like, in my life, I've gone through so much up and downs and things have gone right and wrong or whatever, but it's just like I'm always still moving without even noticing. I'm still going to where I need to get to. So now I'm on the straight and narrow and everything's going perfectly fine. I need to just stay there. Do you know what I mean? And I have been staying there. I have been doing it, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm just trying to stay consistent in what I'm doing.
Do you think that's because you found a place where you fit? Like, it's not like you don't, like you say, you're just being yourself.
Yeah.
All you have to do is show up and be yourself. That's it.
Yeah.
And people like it, and you enjoy it, and you can get paid for it.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, this is it. Like, this is the thing. But when you're at school, it's like, no, you have to go to work. Like, when you go to school, you're like, but this doesn't feel like work.
Yeah, and there was another thing saying that you said, talking about school. Another thing I've noticed, when you're in school, they do teach us what we need to know, but they don't teach us what to know outside it. They always say, go work and learn to make this, and they teach us maths, English, all these things, and what we should know, but they don't teach us about the life outside school.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of kids and people get caught up in certain things, because there's not another step for you. It's just, now you're an adult, you've left school, now
deal with it.
Yeah.
We've
done our part.
Yeah.
That's you now. And then some of them end up going into a madness. Some will do this, that, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Some will go and follow it up into something good.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But they haven't put a something for. I know there is what's it called, uni and all them type of things.
That's not for everyone.
But it's not. No. So some people don't want to go back to school. They want to have the next level. So how do I live life? Mortgages, stuff like that. I've noticed they've merged into doing driving lessons and that while you're at school. Then I didn't have that when I was going to school, it weren't like that. They weren't getting lessons during school. I don't even know why it weren't even that, but you weren't getting that. Now when I look at school, I'm seeing young kids, the 16, 17-year-olds driving. Driving. Are they driving? I think they're driving. I'm not sure. But I've seen them doing their lessons, and I'm like, see, they've upgraded. When the years go on, it's like they're moving with time. But back then, I wish they had these things for everyone. So then you would have had your car. You would have been thinking about what to do then for the next step.
But say like when you were at school, if like when you were at school, you had like a lesson that was, without it sounding like really woo woo, but that taught you about like, maybe it didn't even have to be the law of attraction, but like how positive thinking can help you, how self-confidence can help you, how self-belief can help you, how self-love can help you.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that make like a huge, massive difference?
That would help a lot of kids, yeah, because they could be going through a lot of things in their home or in school or friends, whatever. And if you got a class there where it deals with them type of things and brings them back up and makes them think better, I'm sure that would help them. Do you know what I mean? Because we don't know what they're thinking half of the time. School teachers ain't got enough time to look after everyone. Do you know what I mean? It's a hard job. So I could imagine half of the kids who are going the wrong way in life, they need just someone to talk to.
Yeah.
Obviously, they've got the little what's it called? Not counsellors. Who they got? What they used to call it?
I don't know what you had at your school. We had like I don't even know if we had a school counsellor.
It's not a monitor. What do they call it? There's a part where you can go into your school and then they talk to you and I can't remember what they're called though, but there's a word for them and they actually chat to you and see what's wrong and whatever. You can talk to them and whatnot, and then they'll deal with the situation or they'll. But
I think that's one thing though, isn't it? Because it's like if you're going through a situation and you need some kind of psychological support, that's cool. But to have a lesson that just teaches you, because when you go out into the world and you're like, you haven't done any of these things before that you've got to do, if you don't believe they're possible, they're not going to be possible. If you don't love yourself enough to think that you deserve to have that job or this thing or that, you'll never have it. And if you don't have any confidence, you're not even going to try.
No, they need that. That's why I think that would be a good idea for them to embrace that.
That's why we're saying it on this podcast, so people can listen and be like, oh, that's what I need to do.
Yeah, why not put it in place? You can only try, innit? You know what I mean? And if you can get 5 out of 10 or even 2, doesn't matter. But at least them 2 embrace that and actually took it to a next level. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think they should put that in place.
But we know, like from talking to you, and you're talking about kind of like the universe and manifestation and etc. etc. But you're a grown up now. Yep. So do you think that if someone had come to you with that kind of stuff when you were younger, you'd have been like, that sounds like rubbish.
Yeah,
like, I don't want to know.
But it depends on the person.
Yeah.
So there was teachers what you would listen to. There's teachers you don't. There's teachers you think's on your level. Do you know what I mean? So if they get the right face for the right, you know what I mean? Not saying myself, because I ain't trying to go into school and be a teacher and start telling everyone that. I haven't got time for that really. If I had, then I would. But they need someone who the kids look up to, sort of thing, who can actually sit them. But then saying that, I take that back. I would like to go into school and actually have a chat with them about stuff like this.
You could do assemblies.
And
totally
actually see, because I think kids, a lot of them know me. When I walk down, I'm like, oh, me. Yeah. So I think I would be a good face to try and chat to them about life outside school.
What's possible as well.
You know what I mean? There's opportunities.
What they can do.
Yeah.
So you do, like, a lot of the stuff you do is kind of like pranks, and you go...
Yeah, of late I've been doing the trolley
in the
ones.
Supermarket, which is so, like...
Do you know what? You would never think I would do that. Do you know what I mean? And it's so funny because that's not my character at all. Yeah. But it's just funny. I just find it hilarious.
But then it's not set up, right? It's real.
It's real.
Because I know that some people do like...
They don't like me when I turn up, because obviously you're thinking, wait there, who are you to be coming in here and taking my trolley? And then on top of that, putting stuff in my trolley. Yeah. So I already know what it could cause. But I first of all, I don't give eye contact. I try not to get it. I try not to say too much. And if I am, I'm saying it in a way where none of it makes sense. There's a new one coming out today, Wednesday, I think. I'm gonna drop one next one. There's a new one coming out, a funny one. I'll give it's I'll tell you what it is. It's a what's it called? It's a lyric one. So not a lyric one, but it's one where I've got to mention some words. So I've got like 10 words. Yeah. I've got to at least mention 5 to get a ding. If I don't get a 5 in words to the person while I'm doing the trolley. So I've given myself a harder
challenge.
Yeah, of course, because I have to make the game get better. I can't just sit there and go, boop, 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 boop. That's all long. I've done that now. Let's step it up a level. I feel like everyone will think, no way he's going to get away with that. And the words are like idiot, stupid, silly. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So how am I going to say that to someone while putting their it worked.
But how do you find the confidence to do that? Because let's be honest, it's not like doing a sketch with your mate. That's one thing. You know, kind of just being yourself on camera. That's one thing. But going into the public arena where there's people and I would say, like, the thing that I really like about your sketches is that you're not trying to do anything that's like really sensationalized, that's going to upset people, that's going to hurt people, that's going to offend people. You're just doing something that's like you're in a normal life situation and you're just pushing the boundaries a little bit to see what might happen. It's not malicious horrible. Or nothing. No, it's not. And I really enjoy it. I can take time, I can watch it, and I can enjoy it because it's something where I'm like, no one's getting hurt in this video. This is just hilarious.
Just hilarious. Yeah, exactly.
But I know that takes some serious balls to do.
Oh yeah, of course. There's been times when like I've been with other people and tried to bring them in and say, look, come, let's do it together. Then like other influencers, they're no good at it. So that's what it started with. Me and another influencer. Yeah. I won't mention his name, Makar. You know why. And then we did a few of them and it was going all right. Do you know what I mean? It was funny, it was fun. Yeah. But then I realised that, you know what, nah, blood, like there was a time where like I felt like, wait, is man trying to compete with me here or something? I feel like you're not doing what we was meant to do. Like you're missing somewhat I want you to do. You're now not, like, it just felt like, you're competing, bruv. I think now that everyone's talking about this thing, you feel like you need to do better ones, but because you're not keeping a straight face, it's harder for you. So everyone can't really just do what I'm doing. It ain't as easy as it looks.
It's hard.
Do you know what I mean? When you're walking up to people you do not know and you're about to grab that trolley, it could go any way. It can go right or left. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but because I do it with confidence and don't look, there's a way of doing these things. You got to just turn your head. Don't look too long at the person. If you look too long, it's what you do, you'll get the wrong reaction. If you look in someone's face for too long, no matter what you're looking at, it turns like that. All you got to do is grab the trolley and go on like you don't know what's going on. Yeah. Like as if you're out of your head. Yeah. Sort of thing. Yeah. So grab the trolley, got the trolley, boom, things are going in. Excuse me, mate, you all right? Yeah, I'm all right. You all right? How's your day going? I'm pleasant. I talk with the lightest voice. Sometimes if it's a big bloke, go, what's up, mate? I'll adjust it to who I'm seeing. So if I think you're a big fella,
there's levels to
what's
this.
up? Yes, there is. You can't go. So if it's an older lady, you go, oh, love, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Just picking up a few things. That's how I'll do it. So I'll always adjust it to who I see. But so that's my little key. What I would do to make me get the trolley and get on with what I'm doing.
It's so mad though. It's so mad because so I used to do hidden camera stuff like back in the day when I used to do my week to week show, right? And it used to be called Dare Claira. So people could suggest things for me to do, and then I would have to go and do them, right? And I was always petrified. I don't know if you have this kind of energy because you don't know what's going to happen, right. But also because I was quite a shy person. For me to step into the unknown, into like this, I don't know what's going to happen. And I knew that those people are going to be thinking she's mad. And I can't tell them that I'm not. Like, I can't justify it. So I have to suffer that awkwardness, right? Yeah. And it used to make me so anxious. But I would make myself do it. And I made myself do it because the feeling I had the other side, but also because it made me more confident. Right. And it made me realise that if I can do this, then I can do that. If I can do this, I can do that. I had to do things like... chat up lines was one of the things that I had to do in Hyde Park, and my cameraman was laying in the grass amongst sunbathers so no one could see him, and he can just I was mic'd up, so it just looked like I was completely on my own, right? And people had to give me the chat up lines, and one of the chat up lines was like, if I were to toss a coin, would you give me head or something like that, or would I get head, and it was just like people were just like it's one group of guys like, are you the feds? And I was like, what, if I was the police, like, would I be asking you this kind of madness? And people like going, come on, let's go. And there was no one else around me, and so no one could work out why I was doing what I was doing, and it was just like something. Yeah, basically, I think they just thought that I would have been like, this girl's mad, fam. Exactly. But you can't, it's the most awkward, like, if you imagine, like, for me, I don't know if it's like this for you, but when you get embarrassed, like, you know, like, you might walk in somewhere thinking you're looking good and then you trip and you fall. Oof. And it's just like, everyone looks at you and you're just like, you want it to eat you up. It's like that, but turned up to 500 because everyone just thinks you're really weird and you're crazy.
And then you've just done a madness as well.
Yeah, they don't know why you're doing it.
That is crazy. That's awful still.
But for you,
I want to listen. You see me, yeah. I don't let embarrassing things phase, man. I've been put in positions where I feel embarrassed anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I'm just like, it is what it is, fam. Like, man, we got one life in it. Like, man, just got to live it, fam. If it happens to all of us, take it on the chin, get up. You get me? There was a time I went bowling with all the boys, a couple girls, and that. I didn't know the girls as well. Went with all the boys, went out. Playing bowling, I took the shot, yeah, boom, down my strikes, whatever. It was the winning shot I think I took, and I got it. And I was dancing, celebrating, and what happens to me? I'm there, shimmy to the left, shimmy to the right, and I've done too many to the right, fam. Gone over some metal thing, bam, bam, bam. Everyone's there like laughing at me, you know, the whole circle. There's a girl in there who was looking at me at the time, and now she's bending up. I'm embarrassed. I'm thinking, no, how do I get out of this? Just got up and started dancing. I said, you know what? Don't let this get man blood. Just get up and go on like nothing happened. I just started dancing. I warmed it off. Obviously, I was laughing for a little bit longer, but after a while, it fades out.
Let it go.
It depends how you react to the situation.
Because if you hung on to it and
God.
felt really embarrassed, it could have gone on and on and on and on.
I just had to get out of that quick. Boom. Brush my leg off and just get on with the thing. Yeah, and just take your mind off it. Don't ever think that I weren't embarrassed. I was, but don't let it hold you down. Like,
or hold you back.
Yeah, man, just don't. Do you know what I mean? That's the worst thing I'd say. Even if like someone puts you down, don't stay down.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Bring yourself back up.
Like someone puts you down in the comments section.
Don't even look at that. Yeah, don't watch nothing. Just, done. Do your own thing. Yeah.
I think sometimes it's easier said than done. Like you know,
it is. It depends on the person, innit? Because some people ain't strong like that. But you've just got to try, you know, get used to these things because it will happen in our lives. We all go through it. Everyone's been through a down time or whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's just how you react to it. It's the reaction. That's what it's. Do you know what's funny? My little nephew, when he was at about I think 1 or 2. Yeah. He fell over, and I always used to say, "Don't say ah, don't do ah, don't ever use the word ah." See, when you say ah, you're right, they start barling, innit? So what I used to do is just don't say nothing. They drop, and it's like they look for assurance to see like who can I? I go, brush yourself up then, bro. Come on. That's how I do it, you know. Brush yourself, and I swear down, if you've got any siblings or little ones, it always works. They don't cry. I think what it is they feed off people feed off the
reaction.
Yeah, and I've clocked it. When you say to someone, don't cry, don't cry, you're gonna cry, fam. Because I'm telling you, don't cry, and it's too much. You're telling someone don't cry, but it's like patronising me. Don't cry, don't cry, and then you start crying. You get me? Man, don't say that, fam. When something hurts me or you feel a certain way, react that. It's calm, man, brush that. Calm, man, nothing, man. It sounds like I don't have feelings, but I do. But I've just known how to react to certain things now. So I won't let something...
But it's also like an expectation, don't you think? It's like, so a kid falls over, and then when you start going, oh, poor you, then they're like, yeah, poor me.
Come on. You think they don't embrace that?
Whereas when you don't do it, they're like, oh, well, there's nothing for me to cry about. I'll just get on with it.
Right.
And so I guess in life, when we get knocked down and shit happens, it's better for us to just get back up and carry on rather than staying down and crying.
That is exactly what I'm trying to say. Exactly that. Get up and keep it moving. Don't let it hold you down. Don't let it break you, because when you let it break you, it all starts coming in.
It all starts falling down.
Exactly.
Tumbling down. So if you had kind of like 5 tips that you could give to somebody, I guess your situation, you're someone who... You had a 9-to-5 job, and you've now managed to create this job of your own that suits you, that is your own thing, that you love, that you enjoy, that you're passionate about. What would be like your tips to someone who's maybe, you know, they might be in a similar situation to you, but they're scared or they're worried? What have been like the top 5 things that you would say to them?
Right. First of all, believe in yourself. Yeah. I would say. Focus on that one goal, that thing you really want to do. Do you know what I mean? Don't make it a number of things. Just focus on one thing. Always keep your options open. So, you know, keep your eggs in different baskets, I would say. Don't put them all in one, because sometimes it don't work out for you. What did I say? 4. No, I would say that last. Secrets
sorry.
was last year. The book would always be last for me.
Number 5 on the list.
I said read the book
Shut
now.
up, Claira. This is my top 5. Shut your mouth.
I'm trying to think what I'd say
got
to
4.
someone. This is 4 coming up now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So I've said believe in yourself.
Focus on the one thing.
Yep.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Cool. Yeah. And yeah, I'll say the 4th what you said then, because I'm kind of stuck. Secrets. Make sure you read the book.
The
I'd advise you a lot. Yeah, read the book. Secrets.
It's called The Secret.
The Secret.
Yeah.
Not secrets, but I call it secrets.
You're adding an S on the end.
Yeah, I know, because I want you to
Make
go to
it
that
more than
book.
one.
There's many of them, but
Yeah.
The 5th and final thing I would say is make sure that you I would say make sure you if you've got friends. If you haven't, or the company you keep around you, that's what's gonna make you whether go forward or backwards. Like if you've got wrong people with negative and don't believe in what you're doing, then don't involve them in what you're doing, whether they're your friends or not, or just keep that to yourself then. But if there's people around you who want to embrace it and help you, then that energy there is good. So what I would say is keep the right people around your circle, because the circle is the circle you keep around you. What defines that the energy you bring in and how you're gonna be as.
They say, don't they, that you are a product of the 5 people that you spend the most time with.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? And
but
it is that.
I think we're telepathic, because when you were struggling for an answer, I was sitting here and I just kept thinking, he's got to say about the people that he keeps around him. He's got to say about the people that he keeps around him. And then you said it. Great minds think alike. Ta-da! Thank you so much for being on the podcast. I really appreciate it. It's been a pleasure to, I guess, get to know more about you and how you came to be LV General. LV Ragger General. That's what I'm going to start calling you from now on.
And if you don't know where I got the name from, the name has come from my road. I live off of Lumpit Vale.
Right.
So I grew up on that road. So I thought, why not call myself LV? And it kind of works still. I live around there. Then I thought, wait there, Lumpit, my brother, Lumpit's the strip. Yeah. That's where we all chill. Yeah. So that's been going on for years.
Don't say the next line though.
Oh, no. We don't need to talk about that, because I don't eat crumpets.
But you should.
No,
everyone should.
Not me. And then, so, and then obviously General was just a thing where I just said, man's a general, man. Like, I have to put a general. Like, why not? You get me? So I just said, they're the general. So the LV bit was from my role. The general bit was put on. So that's where LV General came from, was from on my road, just chilling with the man them, and Lumpit's Lumpit. My brothers don't eat crumpets. So
some of them probably do though, they just don't admit
the
to
ones what are not there now were the ones what were eating it, so they've gone. But anyway, yeah, and that's where that slogan's come from, the area as well. So yeah, it's all from Lewisham basically. If you're not from Lewisham, then you wouldn't know. So yeah.
But if you are, you would.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being on the podcast. You've been an absolute legend. Where can people find you if they want to find you?
You can find me on my YouTube channel, that's LV General. You can also find me on my Instagram, which is official LV General, and my Facebook, which is LV General, and my Snapchat, which is LV-General.
God, they're all different. It's a minefield.
And I think that's it for now.
That's it for now. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. Woo!